Good evening, everyone. This stream is now in session. Obi-Wan 362, Gamer Law presiding. And with me this evening is Bubbles.
Hello.
And welcome to the end of Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we defeated the Nether Brain, I convinced it to destroy itself. Like a boss. Bubbles was there.
Yep, I was there.
The owlbear you see before me was like this, except there in the final moments shrank back down to baby size.
He must have got hit with some sort of spell.
I said, well, I was like, I didn't have the heart to tell you. I had seen online that the owlbear was one of the few characters who could permanently die in that.
Oh,
So
I'm glad you didn't tell me.
Because I was like, so when she summoned it, I was like, especially once he turned into a baby, I was like, oh, we gotta go now. We gotta go now.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're here at the ending. And it's time to just talk to everybody, I guess. You already talked to the animals, so.
You would think someone of my vintage would be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I missed this one.
To the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now our paths cross once more. We have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing.
That owlbear grew up a lot in 6 months.
Any distance, any passage of time.
What'd you say?
I know it can.
Oh, wait till he's done.
For I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
Like I say, it's only been 6 months. The owlbear's grown up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness. You changed that, and gave me the most precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Well, it's been 10 minutes.
It's been a day, all right?
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them.
Oh,
the old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes. And the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony. Stronger together.
that's impressive, because that was a terrible place when we were there.
Yeah.
My greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had any right to cast at them, and yet they go on as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
Oh.
Adorable.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall.
Cute.
They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. You would ask to be tucked in next. But whatever the intrepid adventurer needed, I would have been glad to provide. I am all ears, though I never cared.
You didn't want to go
for
with the first
phrase.
one?
A rather unsettling image.
But
Regale? Yeah, probably regale.
probably.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to.
No.
I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Do you truly even need to ask? Of course. Who could not open their home to a befeathered hero of Baldur's Gate?
Ah, perfect.
And I did promise the children I would bring them back a surprise. Oh, imagine their faces.
He does eat a lot. Okay, he shouldn't bite anybody, even though they smell delicious.
Nor would I. You are more intoxicating than any fare this gathering has to offer.
Ooh.
Well, I would hope so.
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demanded. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago.
Well, obviously. What else would you do? The friendly bear.
I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oak Father's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy.
Now remember,
As for
children,
roaming,
no
that
riding
impulse has
wild
dwindled,
bears.
I must admit.
Right.
Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
Oh.
No.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but
Yep.
I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the
Migratory?
turn of the seasons.
Migratory. Why not?
Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Aw. I like the little duck.
What's it do?
Oh, I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
I like how you start with House and I plan to end with Shadowheart.
Interesting. Okay, who you gonna talk to first? Here's Volo.
Sure, I'll talk to Volo.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking, Well, our
Rude.
scared friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Yep.
Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature,
Yep.
so you needn't even bother with the release form.
Well,
You might
feels
help
right.
me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
A bit ostentatious, isn't it?
two or four?
I don't know. I was a little looking at 5, like, you can do better, can't you?
I mean, yeah.
But
No, I like telling him he can do better.
Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time.
I should have known.
Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you.
I don't listen, sir.
Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Volo has no shame.
You're level 12, but you only have 18 hit points. I can take those out in one shot. All right.
I could sneeze on him and he would fall over dead.
Yeah.
Oh, fresh air. By the living gods, I need it.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Hmm.
How nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
You could, I don't know, you could, upgrade.
I think that's what she's lamenting.
Mm-hmm.
The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at.
Yep.
Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid.
You better go
Farmers,
stealthy.
masons, healers.
Right?
My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing.
I bet those crop circles.
Not so for my daughter.
Makes us freak people
Ryans
out.
rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen.
Yep.
Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
Yeah.
There is still much to do.
She didn't ask you.
People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Hmm.
Housen's not home yet. I haven't even visited him.
Doesn't mean anything.
Ah, sentiment.
Yep.
With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs.
I love her.
Just inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Okay, your turn.
I mean, Will's right here. See how Avernus treated him.
Yeah, I need to search out Karlach.
Yeah, just welcome to the courtroom. How you doing?
You see, Boo? I told you our friend was near.
There she is.
There
It wasn't
you
taking.
are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
She would be funny, but
2 might be funny. He also might not appreciate that as much.
I was gonna say I feel like he would take it in good jest, but then I looked at his face and I was like, never mind. I don't know. He already looks like he's upset. I haven't answered already.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was really waiting to roll a 2 or a 2.
Yep.
Which is about the only thing I could have done to fail.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets.
What nose?
And an earthy fragrance
You don't have
can't
a
quite
nose.
recognize.
Oh wait, maybe you're like a bug. Instead of breathing through your feet, you breathe through your tentacles. Or
Sure.
you smell through your tentacles.
I just smell through my mouth. You know, it's very, very close to taste.
Like a
Forest
snake?
trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns.
Then do so.
Who'd have thought that
That'd be
just
fun.
one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good?
What?
One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in. She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tenari assassins who slip into Avernus. Armonites that amass near the Styx. My next target's the most challenging yet, or so she says. I don't know much more. Only that it's no demon, but a devil. I'm not worried. Not when Karlach's got my back. I swear she could scare the eyes off a beholder.
No doubt.
I've seen him more than a few times. And he's as proud of me as I am of him.
Which is not very
He's
much.
leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the flaming fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine.
Look at him.
He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered.
That's much
May
better.
they all take it to heart.
He believes in the bow and the blade. We have that whiskey.
We do.
That was my first thought when he said it. All he would have had to do for that not to come to mind would have been to say it in the other order, but
Yeah.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone.
you still don't. You got Karlach.
If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
Well, it's gonna make it really awkward on the next playthrough.
Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it.
These
Or
other random
wasting
people
any
just
of
walking
the
around.
wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Good man.
All this stimulating conversation leaves you hungry.
No.
To speak
What?
is not enough. You wish to explore
No.
the brain of your friend with your beak. Will's frontal lobe, which processes his judgment and measured words, would be a delicacy befitting his nobility.
The frick.
Maybe
The
you can find
buffet
some
table
cheese.
at this party bears
crackers?
pie, punch, and cocktail sausages. No respite shall be had at this pitiful smorgasbord.
Rude.
No, we're not doing that. Oh no. That's not enough.
Oh no, what are you gonna do?
Well, I hate this.
Well,
Oh. Inspiration.
I'm glad we didn't get too far in before this happened.
It's fine, I got it. Under control.
This is highly illogical. There are plenty of other craniums awaiting your suction. And this is a prize ally. And besides, this brain before you, its endorphins are in a joyous flow. It is a wonderful scent. The odor of friendship.
All right, well, I hate that with every fiber of my being.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. With us, you mad bastard! You brought me back!
Well, I love that.
Soldier. It's really you.
No.
I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean. I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission. Man, we
Yep.
had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep a bottle of something good in the icebox for me, huh? Mama Kay's coming home before too long. Can I look you up when I'm out?
Oh.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two.
Oh.
Gods, is it good to see you again.
I think she said you're going
To
soft.
be here together.
To what?
Hard not to get used to it all over
So I think
again.
she's saying you're going soft.
This won't be the last time. I promise.
Aw.
I feel like her and Will, since they're still having to actually fight to survive, they should be a higher level.
Yeah. Who's Happy Horson?
I don't know. I've never seen that person.
Ah, breathe
Oh,
deep.
I guess I'm
Oh,
doing Minsk.
the smell of
Well, now I'm
heroes
scared to talk to anybody
every
else.
Stone in this place. To meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both.
Adorable.
Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes. Honored, of course.
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend. while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
Okay, cool. This is some random guy. He's kidnapped.
Dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
Oh.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, hmm? It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing aexum.
Yeah. Huh. I do love that.
So I have. Though it is a piece made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood.
I approve.
9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. And so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site. Even from her.
Yeah.
But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might do the same.
Yes, yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Of course you will.
Of course. It is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Naturally.
Oh gods.
But enough, my friend. I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done.
Okay, well, if we're gonna kill that guy, I get to eat him, right?
Yeah.
Since apparently I'm starving.
Without tadpoles, Boo. Forgive my hamster squirrelishness. He has developed something of a taste for tadpole, and is displeased with the diet I have been forced to place him on.
Mm.
Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends, so you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will
Yeah.
Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil-Horned and Angel-Hearted. Lae'zel of Creshkiller, true child of Gith and true friend to Boo, though she will and say it is not so. Shadowheart, 2 gods tugged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair?
Good.
Halsin, Archdruid of Arch somewhere.
Babe.
He is a much better man than he smells. And there, the champion of the Hells herself. Karlach Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball and Bane. Once the guild is made of goodness once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back.
I believe in you, Boo.
And
Absolutely.
finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you.
Yeah.
Study them well, sneak thief. For the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty. And more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait.
Go, my friend.
You hear a
Be
portal open?
among our friends.
Yep.
There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them.
I think Shadowheart's the only one left.
Lae'zel's here.
Oh, and
I
Lae'zel.
have a chest of grateful words over here.
Yeah, there's a wardrobe chest which has lots of clothing in it. And dyes. Do you want me to talk to Lae'zel?
Basically, you always talk to Lae'zel, so
Okay.
would make
I
sense.
wonder if it's Lae'zel just hopping around camp.
She's
she's
astral
not-
projecting here.
Yeah. And that's the sound.
For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo.
Are you in limbo?
I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership, But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
That's high praise.
Mm-hmm.
A bit. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection. All of mine to convince him to let me come. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run.
Yeah.
Shractalor.
Shractalor.
Let's say both. I can't imagine a greater pleasure than Vlaakith's unmaking. Shractalor is the capital of the Githzerai, an exiled people, once kin with mine until the madness of civil war ripped out one sky into two. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Yeah.
I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the order. My blade is keen as ever, but it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck.
Sometimes.
But you want to make sure you have the deck.
He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces.
That sounds more like it.
My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm. Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlaakith's vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that.
Yeah.
Now go. Mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
No.
I'm glad she's here.
Yeah.
Oh. I was gonna come in here.
I think we've... Huh?
I found Withers over here. That's the quest location. So I don't want to talk to him yet.
Okay, you gonna go talk to Shadowheart?
Yeah, because I think you're right. I think it's all that's left. Oh, please don't murder my girlfriend.
Oh my god. Scratch is laying on the ground, but the blades of grass have, like, phased through his body, so it looked like he was being pierced to death with grass.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep. Okay, there she is.
Oh, I was really hoping that I had some of my equipment, so I was like, okay, maybe I can give myself something to up my my saving throws. I have nothing.
Oh yeah, even my backpack's gone. I only have what was physically on my body.
Correct.
Let's see if I have a spell for you. Enhanced sleep.
Do I have a spell for me? Maybe I've got a spell for me.
Hero's Feast.
It gives a...
Wisdom saves with advantage.
The last one was a con save.
Yeah. I think you'll just have to risk rolling well. Or it's save. Do a save right now. So if something goes wrong, we can reload.
Alright. Moon Blessed Adventure.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah. That one 4 is cold.
I think it's a joke. I think it's...
Is it?
Yes.
So hard to tell. You can try it.
I'll go with 3. Because I also don't want to risk that it's not.
Yeah.
You can say that with a straight face after all the times I had to come to your aid. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
I can remind you how substantial.
Oh, 3 is kind of gross, but...
Yeah, I'm like, it's a little... The 3's dark.
The rest are all fine, though.
Yeah.
Maybe 4? Or 1?
I suppose I do, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm glad you seem well. Truly.
Continue?
Oh, I've got options.
Oh, okay.
The feeling's mutual. Let's not get too sentimental. Tell me what you've been up to, or you must be wondering what I've been doing this past while. With the feeling's mutual.
I had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same. Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
Maybe 1?
Yeah, I think.
One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. God, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
I kind of like 2.
So do I. I'm looking and I'm like, that does seem more character.
Oh, so modest. Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions. Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as a sacrifice.
That makes sense.
Don't worry.
Like I said,
I know
bring
that
them by.
Tyler
I could use a
better
snack.
than anyone.
Oh,
They'll need
oh
more
no.
than a hooded cloak and poison blade to best me. Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping me abreast of their predictable little plans.
Yup. Love that.
None other. The matter of her faith and allegiances remains complicated, let's say. But she is still my oldest friend. I have hopes that perhaps she might turn from Shah entirely given time. But that's a decision she will have to make for herself. If that day comes, I'll be ready. I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in a map and see what I find, or head to the docks in the morning and scrounge a berth to find somewhere new. I'd like to see the islands, maybe, or head south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see if there's any truth
Well, that
to
sounds exciting.
But
I love
enough
it.
about me. What have you been up to?
Phew.
Leave?
Yep, that's all I've got. That's all it gave me.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh my god.
The heck?
I mean, I guess because you love her, you can't eat her, so it just gives you the option of leave.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering if maybe I only had to make the one? I don't know.
I've missed wine.
Nope.
Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone.
Shadow Heart's Special Scrumpy.
You might be onto something there, though the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise. Always.
Take my hug. Since I can't have a kiss. Like you can, apparently.
I mean, apparently you guys had fun the other night before we left.
6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Alright.
That hit the spot. Don't be a stranger.
No. You want me to be a stranger?
Oh, Will's doing a jig.
That's it. That's a Will. Do a dance. No, he's just standing there. There we go.
See, there he is.
That's it. The Blade of Avernus, everyone.
It smells so good here.
Thank you, Karlak.
Okay, we gotta go talk to Withers.
Looks like it. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Except for that bard that's up there playing, but I don't know who he is, so. Withers, old chap! You going? Turn away from me.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou
Thank you.
art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Yup. You ready, sweetheart?
Yeah.
What
No, but
indeed?
yeah.
Prick up thy ears and listen.
Oh, we didn't read any of the words in the chest.
Just hit no.
Because there was the chest of something. I don't remember what it's, good words or something
Just-
like that.
Yeah, do no.
I already did. I already did, and I've floated away.
I see that.
Official guild letter. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. The deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius.
Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Criminals consolidate. Guild uses rebuilding efforts to expand power. Absolute emergency over, declares Fist. Last Illithids routed from sewers. Baldur's Mouth editor resigns. Links to Gortash regime unfounded. Chares's racketeur Raphael reported dead.
Oh no.
Black market black magic. Devil's Fee goods still unaccounted for. Saloonite outpost decimated by unknown assailant. Now protected by the Sword of Saloon, Dame Aelin.
Yeah.
Head banker disposed at counting house.
Deposed.
Oh, did I read it wrong?
I was like, that's an important difference between those words. To an old acquaintance, I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out. Builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halsin's care. You can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. Kind friend is transcribing this for me. Thaniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes, and as our old songs drift on the wind ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. I know that my heart is full and happy, and I am grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday. If you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Kala. Letter from Ravengard.
Cool, fresh air.
Hero of Baldur's Gate,
I needed it.
vanquisher of the Absolute, the city is forever in your debt. Without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, you would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and that is as it should be. Survivors have borne witness to their homes near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people. And I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Older Ravengard. A letter from Voss. Githrak Voss. Githraki's script, Chersu, adorns one side of the page. The other is written in the common tongue. Shalak. That was short. No idea what it said. Great. Letter from Alfira. Hello, friend. Sorry it's been so long. Turns out running a school of bards is a touch more tricky than I thought. Who knew bards were so dramatic? I bought a small rundown house in the lower city, spent weeks putting down floors and replacing the windows. Turns out I'm quite handy with a hammer and nail. When I was relatively sure the roof would hold, I decided it was time to open. I put up posters and took out an advertisement in the Baldur's mouth. Gods, I was so nervous, I kept having nightmares that no one would show. But my goodness, did they? Children from patriarchs to peddlers lined the street. The queue almost went to Rivington. Turns out being friends with the hero of Baldur's Gate has its upsides. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night. I've never been happier. Thank you, my friend. Lots of love. Alfira. Hey, remember Alfira?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a letter from Arabella.
Oh, I was just. And what about the little girl and the cat?
What were their names?
Good song, good company,
Good
wine from the looks of it.
Oh.
Where? I'll read the Arabella letter and you can think on...
Yeah.
Hey, you! It's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right, though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head. And all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out. So I followed the weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up. Beardman showed up. Oh. So the weave led him to me, and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. That's adorable. Letter from Edvard. A small extract from a self-published polemic tabloid. A note is attached at the top. I will not be silenced. Needling with Edvard. Friends, Baldurians, my people. Consider our loss. Our lauded and benevolent patriarchs maimed. Our great upper city libraries demolished. The very beating heart of our great city, the right to speak freely, dead upon the cobbles. Do you not see, my friends? Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator? His allies and colleagues tossed aside, former publications of repute turning to censorious farces. I ask you, the pamphlet continues in much the same fashion. Floric. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already, in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again, at Joaquin's Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock, and still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the elf song, I heard it. Singing. A raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. Never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable. Hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration. Floric. There's a letter from Damon. Hey there. Would you mind passing this on to Karlak? Thanks a mil. Oh.
That Damon.
Yeah. Karlak, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what become of you. Write to me, won't you? Please? Yours faithfully, Damon. Cute. Letter from Nocturne. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shah's followers almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your nights spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again. Yours always, Nocturne. Aww. Letter from Valeria. Salutations! I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Balian bash a half-year ago. Regrettably, I had to take the credit for dispelling the Ball cult, in your absence, you understand. And I'm working on routing the remaining Ballists from our fair city. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. Yes. I wrangled Devella a posthumous promotion to Blaze Fountainhead. She deserved that at least.
No.
Letter from Hope?
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
I don't remember which one Hope was. I had a dream last night. Not there are any nights here. Or any days. It was a dream about you. Oh, Hope was the person that we rescued from Raphael.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, context clues.
Yep.
It was a dream about you. All of you. You were here with me. I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert.
Aww.
You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once. Now they only belong to themselves.
No.
The archive is in an art gallery. The boudoir is a grand kitchen. And the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know. But I am Hope. And I persist because of you. Aww. Mayrina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby. A beautiful boy. Can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night, and I've barely slept. I'm the happiest I've ever been. Yes, do you remember Mayrina?
Yes.
With her husband?
Mm-hmm. In the woods. In the hag's house.
Yep. Good times. Yep. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor, after his dad.
By the living gods, I needed it.
With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate, you have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off. It's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me. Mayrina.
No.
Letter from Nine Fingers. There's three more. We're almost there.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Okay.
Not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to the ball, so I'll thank you for that much. In my place, except a few casks of a fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. Rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities, worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall, if you find yourself at a loose end. Enjoy the muck and see if you can get the high harper to sing. You won't be disappointed. Nine Fingers.
I mean, she was just playing her flute earlier.
Maybe when we're done here, you can ask her to sing. The first protocol. The Mlagir who freed me, to Lazel Talakma Gir. My words come to you on slate, for they are immutable and eternal. You are not just liberators. You are all warriors of the comet. Whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plane you grace. Blacketh's pawns fall one by one in the hands of my faithful. But the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her vile throne at its center. But we stand at a precipice. Lazel, thanks to you, we are soon to restore an old kinship, and Vlaakith will burn in the fires thus stoked. The protocols are written anew, and to you, Lagir, I dedicate the first. All who call themselves Gith shall unite under one sky. Githga, Tavkim Krashit. Orpheus. Why not? Though the letter from Voss, I didn't actually read all of it. It just looked like I had read it all.
Oh, there was a second page?
Yes. So Githraki's script, Chirsu adorns one side of the page, the other is written in common tongue. Shalak. Prince of the Comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws near. We've taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms with us as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to creches, dedicating themselves to Orpheus as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. Our allies do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zareth Minyar Agith, the Githzari's god king. Githzerai? I guess it's Githzarai's. God king has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable. But Orpheus has spoken. If Vlaakith is to fall, mayhaps the two skies must again be made one. Voss. Revere Kal to Orpheus, Knight of the Comet. Last one. Letter from Francesca. Oakfather's blessing to you, unmet friend. You may not know me, but I know a great deal of you thanks to our mutual acquaintance, Halsin. I am Francesca of the High Forest, and I wish to thank you for all you've done in nature's service. Not only did you rescue a swath of the Oakfather's realm from the shadows, but you likewise helped turn the Emerald Grove from a dark path also. And perhaps, most auspiciously of all, you unburdened my dear friend of something that had tormented him for a lifetime. Now I serve as Archdruid in his stead, while he thrives with new purpose. I shall honor all that you did for us by returning the Grove and its followers to their core principles of balance and harmony. Rest assured, those who were once tempted by darker influences shall return to the Oakfather's true word. You have my eternal thanks and admiration. Your faithful servant, Francesca of the High Forest, Archdruid of the Emerald Grove.
I wish it could last
P.S.
forever.
I passed on Halsin's message to his dear friend Ormond, who is most eager to come join him at his new commune. I would not have believed a bear of his size could jump with excitement had I not witnessed it with my own eyes. I expect Ormond will have arrived there by the time Halsin returns from your festivities. Most pleasant surprise for him, I will wager. And that is all the chests of grateful words. Alright, back to others.
So I didn't hear any from the little girl and the cat.
Now we must. I wonder if there was something. If there was something we could have done, we didn't figure it out.
Yeah, because every time I talked to Cat, it was, "Don't look at me."
Don't look at me, and she was like, "I brought my own parig knife."
Yeah.
Scroll of Circle of Death. Good, great. Scroll of Disintegrate. Scroll. Missive in Wither's hand addressed to some unknown entity. Though you understand the alphabet, the script, and the words themselves, the meaning eludes you. You gain only the impression of dark sun and white sky and an offer. Or perhaps a warning? I thought you were walking over here.
I'm right here. This Marsember ice wine says consume.
Good. Enjoy your drunkenness. Time to fight.
Ah.
Alright. I will...
Yeah, it did make me drunk.
Well, yeah. What alcohol does.
Okay, I'm ready.
The Book of
Did
Willing
you want to save
Souls.
after reading all that?
A neat list of Baldurians and the deaths that befell them beneath an annotation from Withers. Souls snuffed out in battle for the Baldur's Gate. Perhaps some might deign to return should their city ever have need again. Severin Ortholo, crushed by a falling roof as he held the door for others to flee. Nancy D, charged a mind flayer that entered her granddaughter's room. Died with her second best scissors in its eye. Borelli Quickflint brought a nautiloid down over the bay. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and save. Why not? I doubt anything of consequence is going to happen now, but...
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou, I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen.
Yep.
Sorry, it didn't take my first click.
Mm-hmm.
The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Yep.
To you.
There we go.
Oh my god, we did it.
Oh. Well, what'd you think?
I enjoyed that so much. Like, I kind of want to, like, play again.
Huh.
And make different decisions and have a different character and...
All the things.
Yeah.
All the things that make D&D D&D.
Yeah.
Actually,
See if maybe we can play again and you not become a mind flayer this time.
I think I'm so annoyed about it, but it seems like the only option to not become Mind Flayer is to, let the Emperor eat Orpheus.
And maybe that's the path we take one time.
Whenever we're going to do that, we do not bring Lizelle with us.
No.
She's still going to want to kill us, but we don't need her to be, wanting to do that
active
at that
about it.
time.
Yeah.
Or if we go and we, reinforce her pledge to Vlaakith, then she'll be ready to kill him too. We just have to make sure we stack it that way when we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still so impressed by the beginning of the game because like it funneled down as we got late into the later acts. But like in the beginning there was so much of like I don't know, how do you want to do it? Like it felt like there was a lot of impact to choices in the different ways that you could go about doing things.
Yeah.
Which is not for narrative games is uncommon.
Yeah. But it's not like, I mean, it is and it isn't a narrative game.
Sure, but sorry. It is a game with a story. How's that? Most games with stories don't do that. What? Don't do that in a way that's meaningful.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And so for me, like that's what made this feel very much a proper in the vein of a true D&D made into a video game.
Yes.
The wide breadth of choices.
Yeah.
So the fact that we could have missed whole party members and storylines, and probably did. Just based off of maybe not going the correct direction.
Well, we missed the whole Moonrise Towers thing because we did it. We didn't go back in time.
Like I said, we also missed the in the mines. We missed the whole fight because we were like, let's pop back to camp and take a nap first because we're hurting. And then came back and the door was destroyed and everyone was dead, and we're like, well, crap.
Yep.
Like little things like that. And yeah, again, could we have done something with the child and the cat?
Maybe.
What was Gale's story? Because we lost him.
Yeah, we lost Gale so early on. And now that I know what kind of magical items we'll get throughout, I'm more willing to like give him the stuff that we will not use.
Yeah. It's like, because we had so many magic items that we never used. We could have fed Gale.
Yeah.
Poor Astarion. I wonder if there's a way to save him without letting him eat all those people. I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. What other choices can you think of you'd like to see different? As we're sitting here going through.
I don't know. I feel like I would do things maybe in a different order, because I think the order of a lot of things really affected how it went.
Like when?
Like the one that keeps coming back is the towers versus the mines versus the Underdark.
Oh yeah, it was literally a, do you want to go this way or this way?
Yeah.
And once you go through, the door locks behind you, there's no changing it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's also a difference of how you play versus how I play.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot more off the cuff decisions.
You could have done that while we were playing. You could have just
Not when you had control.
Well, sure, not when I had control, but
And like I don't know. I don't know.
because I know you mentioned
I think every time you play though, it will be different.
right, and that's the beauty of it. Because yeah, you try out different characters you didn't use before. It's like you and I basically used Karlach, Will, and Shadowheart for most all of it.
Yeah, I used Jahira a bit.
Yeah, but we didn't even get her though until the last act.
Yeah. And like, but the only reason I didn't use Housen is because I was already a druid.
Right.
Though granted, because I was a spore druid.
You were very different druids.
Yeah, but that really only made the difference later on once I specialized.
Right. I mean, but even that, I think, because we also didn't get Housen effectively until the third act either. This was at the end of the second act. So, like... Yeah. I do wish, though, that for people like Jahira and Housen that we pick up so much later, that they had, like, had levels already.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I would have been more interested to see how did the game build them. And okay, they gave us them like this. Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
And then, you know, give us the option with withers. Same way we can respec ourselves, respec them.
Yes, I think that would have been a better way to do it.
Because I'm like, because then, you know, we end up sitting there being like, okay, well, how do we build Jahira so she looks like what she did when we used her?
Yeah.
That brief amount of time.
But still is useful for how we fight.
Right. What kind of character would you make next time?
I don't know. The problem is I really love being a druid.
I know.
Like, it's my favorite.
And you love being a tiefling.
I love being a tiefling. I don't know. I might go like full fighter.
Go back to your Pathfinder days. Go full on fighter.
Because, like, as much as I like doing spells, I like running up and hitting things too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I like that ice staff for so long, because it did both.
Yeah, and then you know, kept making all of us trip.
Yeah, well.
No, Yanni, it's not even that late.
Yeah, well, I'm a little tired today.
Oh, I can speed this up. Look at that.
Huh. I've just been kind of listening to the music. Mine did not speed up at all.
No, but if you hold down on your control stick, it'll.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting using Orpheus there at the end to see how a monk plays.
Yeah.
How at least that kind of monk plays.
Variety of monk.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I was like, I kind of want to play a monk, but I don't know if I want to play a monk in Baldur's Gate. Because it felt like he was missing some monk things.
And it also just might be how he was spec'd.
Correct. That's where I'm like, I don't know which it is.
I mean, you could always try it.
Good. At some point.
I mean, we could always go right back in.
That seems like a lot. We've been playing this game for
250 hours.
like I say, a year and a half.
Huh.
Like, let me double check that. Let me double check that. I am fairly certain that is a true statement.
I mean, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And
It's
even
a,
if we move through it slowly, like that doesn't... I'm okay with that.
Wait, other way. Yeah. So the first time we played it, the very first time was January 9th of 2024. A long time ago.
Not that long.
You're like, it was just yesterday. Aw. Larian Studios, in memory of our friend and colleague Jim Southworth, cinematic animation lead.
Hmm.
Do you take me back to the top? I think you took me back to the top.
Yeah, I was like, that's not like the first thing that popped up.
Yep, alright, I'm gonna hit B then. Oh.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name.
Oh.
Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals.
Yep.
I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Withers, who are you?
Like, he has to be one of the other gods, the way he speaks to them.
Right? Push people into chasms. Yep, there we go. And just back to the top.
I'm just saying, I would not be opposed to another campaign. That's all.
Where do we find some interesting mods? I know mods scare you.
Yeah, I don't want to break the game or my computer.
All you have to do is uninstall the mods. That's all it takes.
I mean, if you want to play with mods, then I just won't play. Maybe you can play with the boys or something.
We shall discuss.
Okay.
what else there could be, what else we could do. But all I know is, one, I know they said that they're not doing a DLC for it. I really wish they would.
Yeah.
Because like they even chalked it up as a, well, you never know when you're gonna get called on.
Yeah.
And even if it was just like a couple missions.
But I think it might just be setting it up for 4.
Right. But I'm like, hey, Karlak and Will, you want a hand?
Yeah, and that wouldn't be a DLC. I feel like that could be a whole game.
Or helping Lizelle? Like, it sounded so much like everybody was getting ready, or not everybody, it was really those two sets were getting ready to go do something epic, and it was like, I think you need help. I think you need some,
Yeah.
I think you need some assistance, and gosh darn it, I feel obligated to come help you.
Yeah.
So I'm a little sad that we won't get those as DLC.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I'd pay for that deal. I would happily pay for those DLCs.
Yeah.
But anyway, everyone, that was Baldur's Gate 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Bubbles, thanks for
Yes.
joining me.
Of course.
I hope you had as much fun as I did.
I did. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know when we'll be back and what we'll be doing, but we'll be back at some point and we will play something. And that's all I know. But until next time, thank you all for watching this. And this stream is adjourned. Good night, everybody.
Good night.